Hi, I'm Michael Senoff, founder and CEO of HardToFindSeminars.com. For the last 5 years, I've interviewed the world's best business and marketing minds. Now my challenge is to build the world's largest free resource for online, downloadable audio business interviews. I've learned a lot in the last 5 years, and today I'm going to show you the skills you need to survive. Hi, this is Michael Senoff with HardToFindSeminars.com. If you invest in real estate, then here's a fast and easy way to multiply your profits by 1,600% and get instant cash flow you can use for anything you want to invest in. In this interview, Art Hamel and I discuss real estate investing and how you can use his unique methods to multiply your real estate profits by 1,600% and get your hands on massive amounts of cash flow you can use to invest in with more real estate. Art also talks about Robert Allan's real estate methods and how you can use what Robert Allan teaches in conjunction with Art's secrets. Robert Allan actually recommends Art Hamel in his best-selling book, Nothing Down. And when you listen to this short audio interview, you'll know why. Enjoy. Hey, let me ask you a question. Tell me about what this real estate exchangers do. What is that about?
Okay. What they do is they put on marketing sessions all away from the locals. There are small local groups that get together for coffee once a week or once a month. The other ones that'll be together 4 or 5 hours, one day a month, to the nationals. At the national meetings, they're usually 2 or 3 days of marketing.
So are these all real estate investors? Yeah,
but they're also business investors. They're people that own real estate or are brokers of real estate. That's what you have. Now, since I got into it 30-some years ago, I got them to the point where they have businesses there also. Now, what I do when I go there, if I want real estate in the transaction, where I'm going to offer the person part ownership in the company for real estate, what I do then is I will present the business, making $1.5 million a year, and tell them, if you put your free and clear income property up, we will exchange you for part ownership in the business. We've been doing it with investors for 25 or 30 years. We've had 0 failures. We haven't had one person even get nervous, but we do idiot things. In other words, we go after idiot-type businesses. We go after businesses that most people don't buy. And the reason we do that is the failure rate's lower. It's easier to buy them.
Oh, this is where funds can come from by financing on the free and clear property.
Okay, well, what we do on this, I have taught people in real estate to do this. And what most of them do, since they're real estate brokers, they will go out and they'll refi the real estate. They'll get a loan on it and then put the equity up, real estate sells. I don't do that. What I do, and I will do it with them. In other words, if I'm working with one of your students, I will go to the bank and get a credit line and say $10 million. We will then put $10 million or $11 million in real estate up as collateral. These people will then get ownership in the company, and that's what they get at the close. We get their real estate. We then have a credit line which gives the buyer the cash to buy this and pay me and pay the attorney and the CPA. And what I do, under my guidance over the next 6 months or a year, is we sell the real estate and pay off the credit. And I don't find it very difficult. I've been doing that.
The benefit of being involved in one of these real estate exchange groups is what? What's in it for those people who go to these meetings?
Putting together more deals together, because in the better ones, you have a lot of people there that are deal makers. In other words, they put deals together. They don't go there just to have coffee. There's a lot of them that work on the large $1 million deals, multi-million-dollar deals. That's what they specialize.
Now, are these real estate deals and business deals?
Yes. I'm bringing business deals to the transaction, and we have a few that do that also. But I'm basically there. I'm there for real estate. That's what I'm looking for. Now, at these meetings also, there's a number of people that are representing investors and people with cash that want to buy real estate. They'll present that at the meeting. What I will do is go to them and say, instead of buying real estate, we will give you part ownership in this business, and we'll give you 3 things to your client, for you. And that is, we're going to give you more cash flow than you're getting now. We're going to give you more growth, and we're going to give you the same or less risk. And I'm then able to pull people over. So most people think I'm going to the meetings just for real estate.
Right.
Most of the time I'm getting cash. We don't need credit lines or anything like that. If I sit down and try to describe everything we do on these things, I would give somebody a headache. They'd never remember.
And are there some tax advantages using real estate?
Well, they do 1031 exchanges.
What is that?
A deferred exchange. In other words, if you go in and do it right under the tax code, you don't have to pay tax until you sell the next property. But you can do the same thing on our deal. What we do is we form a corporation, usually a LLC, during the purchase period of this company. And that's what we're trading for. We're trading the stock in the LLC. But there's a tax code that says if you bring assets in during the formation period of a corporation, it's tax deferred. So they don't pay tax on it until they sell their stock.
All right, that's interesting.
We've been doing this a long time. This did not develop overnight. In fact, if you went back 50 years, you'd find we did things a lot differently. But
now, what was that the one you had that real detailed bio on that you're a member of? There's a real exchange group?
Okay, that's the top group in the country, the Society of Exchange Council. We have 100 sub-members, plus they have a number of invitees that come to the meetings also. Mm-hmm. They meet 6 times a year. They put together hundreds of millions of dollars a deal at every transaction.
So you see all kinds of big deals going together.
Oh, I have for 35 years. And most of the real estate, because I'm bringing maybe 1 or 2. And at the meetings, I'm seeing, hundreds.
Are most of them real estate deals that are going on, or are you pretty much, or are there others doing business deals like yourself?
Not many with real estate deals, or business deals. They do have larger business deals, bring them to me and ask me if I'm interested. So they don't really present them now. Occasionally they present some at the meetings, but smaller stuff. Mm-hmm. So they know me at the meeting for going after free and clear, improved income property, any place in the country. That's what we do.
What would you tell, all Robert Allan students? Let's say, all these guys are out there investing in, single-family homes and apartments and duplexes and stuff like that as real estate investor entrepreneurs. Robert Allan referred you in his book, Nothing Down. What would you tell these guys to keep an eye out for as far as opportunities? Finding a desperate seller or a home in foreclosure is an opportunity, but what would you tell them as far as being aware for businesses?
I would tell them not to do that on a business. You can actually buy a good business for less money than some crappy turnaround. And again, people have come to me many times and said, I have one that's going to cost me less. I said, let's see how much it's going to cost you by the time you get it straightened out. All I talk to them about is the fact that they ought to diversify their portfolios. And there's nothing wrong with owning real estate, but real estate, again, maybe you get into a good price, or maybe you're just paying market for it. They say you're paying market for it. They have different creative things. When you get into business, what you ought to do is just go straight forward and buy a good business. Give yourself cash flow. Because people who own a lot of real estate may have a lot of real estate, but they don't have the cash flow. Let's take Southern California. If I was with Robert Allan in Southern California, the cap rate on real estate is between 2 and 4%. So you get 2 to 4% return. What kind of return do we get minimum for business? 25%. Hello? I give talks all the time telling them that even with a little leverage on these, our returns on our businesses run 16 times what the average real estate does in Southern California. Our return is 16 times. I mean, you really have to be an asshole not to understand that number.
Because you're limited on your upside with real estate. You're only going to get so much on rents.
Right, but, okay, but here's what happens. Let's say Southern California have a 2 to 4% cap rate. Now, it wasn't that long ago that the cap rate was 10. So somebody goes out and buys a property for $1 million, right? It's 10% cap rate. A year later, the cap rate has changed, and the cap rate now is 2 to 4. So they've just lost, what, $1 million? They lost $400,000 on their value. And the people in California especially are stupid enough, the investors are, to buy this. And then they find, over the next couple of years, the property goes down. Unless you're buying in at 10% or in that category, you're going to end up getting screwed unless you're going to go through the property.
So real estate, especially now, and even in Southern California, it's risky right now.
Oh, it's super risky on that basis. But, I give talks all the time to these different groups of real estate brokers, and they just sort of look at me like, what's your point? My point is, well, let's say you're out there a broker, you're trying to make a living, right? And the cap rate is 4% right now, which is not very good. What are you going to do, quit selling real estate?
Hi, it's Michael Senoff with HardToFindSeminars.com. Thanks for watching this video. Many of my interviews last 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour, sometimes even up to 2.5 hours long. They're actual mini seminars, and you've just listened to a short sample of just one of over 117 hours of exciting, hard-hitting, mind-blowing interviews on how to make money in direct mail, advertising, copywriting. I assure you, there is not a resource anywhere anywhere on the internet or on the planet that comes close to the free information I provide at hardtofindseminars.com. So go right now to hardtofindseminars.com and you'll have free access to 117 hours of audio interviews with typed word-for-word downloadable transcripts and downloadable MP3 files. Please browse some more of the videos or go right directly to hardtofindseminars.com. Thanks for watching.